Morning, folks. It's Wednesday, so time for our ongoing town hall meeting. So I got a few, different things to talk about today. First, I want to say that if you've ever seen the movie Groundhog Day with Bill Murray, you should watch it. It's kind of every day is the same, and just like Groundhog Day, and he starts anew, same day, the next day. So it's kind of the way we're operating in this day and age. So every day is kind of like Groundhog Day. I see that, talk to a lot of residents, and certainly I know from my own self, kind of settled into a routine now, which is a good thing. And I see more and more people accepting, especially residents, and practicing good social distancing, that awareness that is probably taken a couple of weeks to really grasp. More and more people are doing that, even outside when people are walking around. I do see more and more people understanding and really practicing that social distancing. So I want to encourage everybody to really continue to do that. It's counterintuitive to who we are as a society and certainly as a community, but it's so very important. And of course, don't touch your face. It's hard for me because when I think about it like I am now, I all of a sudden have an itch on the side of my nose. And I actually have a special tool on my desk that I disinfect every day. It's my face itching tool. So, whatever it takes not to touch your face, please do. We have completed our first round of family and resident calls. Those were done by Dawn Wilkes and Lynn Slepian and Karen at Gates Circle, and just going through and talking to residents and or their family members about the what ifs. What if you get it, and how would you care for yourselves, and what does that mean, and so on. So we've done that those initial calls. Apparently had some good and poignant conversations, which is great. And really, what we'll be doing now is we'll be doing weekly wellness calls, wellness checks. So you'll hear from some of the same folks that you heard from previously. They're going to be calling you at least once a week, checking in on you, making sure that you're doing okay, asking you if you need anything. Different residents need some different things, and so we want to be there and be proactive so that we are anticipating needs. I talked a little bit about masks and personal protective equipment last time, and I also mentioned that there were residents and staff that were actually making homemade masks. Well, that is true, and I want to put out a huge thanks to Claudia Reeves. There was an article on the front page of Canterbury Tales celebrating her, and I want to celebrate her again. Claudia, of course, and her husband are residents here in Williamsville, but she's actually has produced for us a number of masks and is in the process, I guess, of producing more. So we have those. We are going to start handing them out to working on a process for mandating staff usage of those for housekeepers and dining delivery staff and things such as that. So that's really going to work out well for us. I also want to thank one of our housekeepers, Hoy. So I will mispronounce Hoy's last name, but for those of you who know Hoy, she's a lovely lady, very tiny, always has a smile on her face. She actually cut up some of her husband's brand new t-shirts, because you have to use new material. Brand new t-shirts, she cut them up herself and used real elastic, and has produced a dozen or so masks, and she's already identified another brand new t-shirt for her to do more. So, just unbelievable acts of kindness from our residents and our staff producing masks. Because like I said, on the healthcare side, we are continue to hoard them, and we continue to want to make sure that, at least on the healthcare side, that we have the 100+ masks a day that we need to provide care for that vulnerable population. So I can't thank those two folks enough, and we're in the process of putting those masks into circulation for a lot of the staff members that are working in independent living. So that's just wonderful. Touching on activities a little bit, obviously getting a lot of feedback from residents on what they would like to see over our internal channels, both here at Gate Circle. And I know we're being very, very creative at both sites with entertainment. We have the fitness classes going on now. Of course, they're going to be again today at 11 o'clock. Both Susan and Tracy, their videos will be shown both here and at Gate Circle. And we're doing some educational stuff on our internal channels. So if you haven't looked at the April activities guides or activities calendars at both sites, Williamsville and Gate Circle, please take a look at it. I looked at it this morning. They're pretty chock full. If folks want additional things, please reach out to Sandy here and Karen at Gate Circle, because I know they're working very hard to try to give you some variety and entertain and so on within what we can do within our internal channels. Again, I'm just looking at my notes here. I want to take a little bit of time to celebrate because you can't lose track of those opportunities in this day and age. And so I just want to announce that we did receive our full 5-year CARF accreditation. We officially got that in the mail this week, and that's something that the residents worked on very hard. Certainly the staff members here worked on very hard. That is the gold seal for the Good Housekeeping Seal of Approval for continuing care retirement communities. It continues to rank us among the very best at what we do and as an organization. So I want to thank Tracy Terlecki. Tracy, our fitness wellness director, was really the coordinator of that, continues to be the coordinator of that, and she really did a remarkable job. We actually had our best survey ever in terms of the accommodations that we got. Just briefly, we were recognized for our strategic plan, for our financial performance, for our employees' high commitment to the mission of the organization, for our employee benefit packages, for the resident council was recognized for the work that they do. We were recognized for resident feedback and being a transparent organization. We were recognized for our wellness programming and our overall wellness philosophy. And we were recognized for our person-centered care initiatives, among other things. So we were full accreditation in the continuing care retirement community, the independent side, person-centered care, which is skilled nursing and independent, and for assisted living. So again, with all that's going on in the world, we want to take the opportunity to celebrate the positives, and we'll have a big celebration down the road here when we have the ability to get together as a community or in communities. I want to announce that the Performing Arts Center project is on hold for obvious reasons, so we're going to hold it in 60-day increments. It was actually scheduled to start this week. It will not, so it's on hold till June, and then we'll reevaluate. We're still fully committed to that project, but for obvious reasons, that's on hold for the time being. Our project to expand the skilled nursing center by the additional 2 skilled nursing beds continues. That work continues every day. Obviously, that's essential stuff and essential construction, and we have that commitment to need to expand our skilled nursing amount of beds from 48 beds to 50. So that continues. I want to take the opportunity as I close to recognize some folks, because from a staff perspective, we have staff all throughout the organization, here and at Gates, who are going above and beyond, and I see it every day. I talked about Hoy earlier, really above and beyond her own initiative So, and those examples are happening every day, and I couldn't be more amazed and humbled by the way our staff is working. Megan Hutto, who's a receptionist at Gates, and Megan, I hope I didn't get your last name wrong, but she's the receptionist and she's doing the temperatures there. And to Megan and to all of our temperature takers and receptionists here and at Gates, thank you so much for the work that you're doing, which is obviously very, very important work. I want to recognize Wendy Doster. Wendy's our dining services director. Wendy got a pretty substantial written comment, positive feedback from a resident that I got a hold of yesterday. Wonderful to see. Wendy certainly does a wonderful job, and she's another staff member who bends over backwards to try to service the residents from a dining perspective in this day and age when we're certainly not being as creative as we can from a dining perspective, and she really does a wonderful job. I want to thank Jenna Taylor, who's a CNA over in skilled nursing in Oxford. Our laundry person was out for a while, and Jenna actually stepped in and started doing laundry herself, resident laundry, without even being asked. She just did it. She saw a need, she identified a need, and she went above and beyond and just started taking care of the residents in a way that she identified. And that's what it's all about right there. That's just awesome. And then there's Jen Sorello, who's our PTA. Jen is doing hair. So I didn't know that Jen had this skill set, and I've been thinking myself that I might need a haircut coming up. So I may give her a call and get an appointment. Although, she might lose her scissors, might go a little sideways. So I'll have to interview her first. But I mean, Jen, again, Jen's been here a long, long time, and that's just another example of someone just going above and beyond, identifying a need and servicing our residents and taking care of the folks in the health center. So again, I want to thank all of our staff throughout the entire organization for the tremendous work that you're doing, and to everybody, be safe. Thank you.